Hi, today I'm going to be demonstrating a taping technique for the wrist to prevent extension. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to have our athlete have palm down, and we're going to have them with their fingers spread out so that their forearm is a bit more wider so that when we're done taping them up, it won't be too tight. We're going to use pre-wrap, you don't have to, but for this case we will, and we're going to start putting a light layer of pre-wrap on the wrist. And then we are going to go through the hand. Right. And so once we have that layer of pre-wrap, we're then going to start off by going through and taping the wrist to try and give it as much support and to help it with the stability of the wrist. And get it nice and compressed. And once we have that, we're going to have our athlete turn their hand to the side, fingers still spread out. So then, once we get that, we are then going to measure out. We're going to try and find that right angle so that when we place it down, it's going to wrap around the wrist nicely. And then as we're coming through the thumb, we are pinching the tape and just continuing right here. And so now that we have our two anchors there, we're gonna then have our athlete palm up and then slightly flexed so that it can really help with that extension. So we're gonna have them palm up like this. And then we are going to measure out for a fan. So once we have that measurement, we are then going to create a small fan. Just like how we've been doing with every other fan, with every other technique, just make somewhat of a small X and then an extra little strip, like so. And so now that we have this fan, we're then going to apply it right on to that first hand, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did. So we're going to make sure it's nice and down on that hand. Then we're going to find that same angle that we did. We're going to find it, make sure that we're covering most of the fan. So as we're coming through, we're pinching the tape, going back around the hand. And then we're just going to close it off from here. We're going to make sure it's on the wrist. And we're going to make sure we're covering all of that fan. So we're going to keep going until that fan is completely not visible. And from there is how we tape and close off for the wrist.